Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Rick Utzer here with AirgunWebTV. Let me start that again. Hey there, guys. This is Rick Utzer here. Let's see if I can find, I should have a live video here where I can pull it up. Here it is. Let me turn that off. We're going to switch to this. All right. Now, I'm going to start over, so please forgive me. Hello, everybody. My name is Rick Utzer here with AirgunWebTV Live. We have a new show today, and we've got some pretty cool things we want to show you. Primarily, we've got a new product. Now, a company reached out to me. Hey there, Daniel. Hey there, Joshua. Thanks for coming up. I hope you guys like what we're going to show you today. I don't know if you guys have ever wanted to look inside the barrel of your gun to see what it really looks like. And sure, you can take your thumbnail and kind of do that, and my eyes are terrible. But what if you could actually get a camera down there? And guys, this is nothing new. Borescopes have been around for a long time. But I was contacted by a company by the name of Teslong. I don't know anything about them other than they asked me, Rick, would you take a look at this for us and let us know what you think? And I said, you know, this sounds like a great thing to add to my repertoire for what I'm doing. Let me see if I can pull up their page here. Let me see, desktop. Oh, let's see, this one here. I'm trying to find it. Here it is, right here. This guy right there. Okay, so I'm going to switch over, and forgive me for not having this set up. I'm running a little behind today, so right up front, I apologize for my lack of, you know, really doing a good job here. All right, so there we go. Let's put me down in the corner here. All right, so this is what we're looking at. This is the Teslong rifle scope, Borescope, excuse me, and it's going to let us actually look inside the gun. Now, I've got one here. We're going to pull it up here on the table and take a look. And I thought, what a cool thing it would be to be able to do this. Now, we're talking, if we look here price point wise, guys, let's see, it's not that expensive. We're looking at $100, really, and that's pretty. I kind of scratched my head. All right, that's very, very reasonable. So let me switch back over here. All right, you guys don't need to see all of me futzing with that screen over there. All right, so let's go ahead and look at it. If you guys have questions, Joshua says it's cool. And yes, I would like to know. And Paul, we got questions going already. Let me get this out of here so we can take a look at it. All right, so let me switch over to this screen here. Guys, I am using some, well, I'm doing things differently tonight. So if audio needs to change or something needs to happen, just let me know. And I'm going to go ahead and try to do my best to make adjustments and make it better. And one of these days, I'm going to stop futzing with stuff and just lock it down and be done with it. Real quick on a question. Raphael's asking, does copper plating pellets damage the barrels? It shouldn't. It really shouldn't cause a problem. I wouldn't use jacketed slugs in a big bore because I think you'd probably jam them up. But I don't think the copper plating on a pellet would be bad at all. Paul's talking about his Walther Paris. Look, the Walther Paris is a great gun. Doesn't have the best trigger, no, but get used to it. It'll be fine. I'm a bit of a trigger snob, but I'm also a guy who understands a gun is what it is. Use it the best we can in that capacity. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing. What do you guys think? All right, so this is the box. Let's see. So there you guys go. They have a couple different versions. This is the long one, so you can put this down a long rifle and stuff, which is kind of cool. All right, so I haven't even opened this up. May need to be charged. I don't know. We'll just see. Okay. All right. That's what I thought. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, and here is the rig. Now that is pretty cool, right? So this is actually the camera and all the goodies there. And what's really neat, what got, really kind of got me jazzed about this is this little player here is an HD player. And if I'm not mistaken, micro SD, so you can actually record. Okay, so you can record what's going on. That to me is awesome. So maybe I'll use that. You guys tell me, would you like to have that as part of the review work we're doing, where I actually show you guys what's the barrel look like? That'd be kind of a cool testimony of what guns do what best, right? You know, what guns have the best barrels out of the box. It's kind of a cool thing. All right, before we do much of anything, let's see. There is a book. We have a book. We have what looks like our cable. There's that one. And this, we have two different cables. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this is. All right, so there we go. And here's the actual unit. Check that out. Let's see. Oh boy, do we have a question already. Stefan, which gun for my first PCP? Gauntlet 2 or Avenger Wood? Well, have you seen my recent video where we talk about the differences? Because next week, next Monday, we're going to have part 2, which is going to show you how they did at the bench. And I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to watch the video. Let's see, what is this here? Oh, we've got different camera bits. And that's a different bit. And these are different bits. This must be some sort of way. Yeah, this is what lets you see. So this you screw on. Check that out. So they got different mirrors that screw onto here so the camera works. Obviously, this guy is going to be your friend. It doesn't. I mean, it's fairly straightforward here. Video recording. You've got the unit. You've got micro SD. So 18. We've got, let's see, Type C, I guess that's for charging. Nope, Type C for that. Okay, so I bet you that your camera goes in there. Looks like it's got a little lock. Yes, that's exactly what it is. So this goes in there and then locks into place, which is very cool. This is using a... That is really interesting. I wonder what that cable does. That's a whole different thing here. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, this is like really starting from scratch here. So we got to charge the monitor. That's the first thing we got to do. And then I guess we'll pull out a gun. Probably, if not next, probably not next week, but week after. I'll go to my studio down at the range, and we'll actually take a look at some guns. Maybe we'll grab 5 or 6 guns and see what they look like on the inside. Maybe one that is dirty and one that is clean. Maybe a brand new. Maybe we could pull something brand new out of the box and check it. That would be interesting. I got like the Beeman underlever PCP. Let's take a look at those brand new out of the box and see what they look like. That I think will be fun. So anyway, I think that's a cool product. I'm not going to try and play with it anymore because I do want to read the manual thoroughly before I do anything stupid and break it. But it looks like this will be a very good tool, and I'm shocked at the price of like $100. I mean, normally it's 130, but I guess it's on sale for $100. That is pretty substantially awesome price point, especially with an HD recorder and everything. That is just okay. Very, very cool. So let's go ahead and put this away for now. And I don't know if you guys see over there in the background, I have a new gun I'm going to be looking at. Now, I bought it myself because it's just what if I'm going to look at Hot Sign guns, I'm going to have to pay for it, which is not a problem. I think this gun's going to be worth the effort and funds to go ahead and take a look at. It's the Hot Sign Blitz, semi-automatic, full automatic. I've seen some pretty interesting videos. That really is kind of why I wanted to get one, because I want to see if it, I just want to see how it does, not only performance-wise, if I can get this put back in the box. Well, screw it. Let's see here. All right. Not only performance-wise, but I also want to see how it's going to do really for accuracy. The videos I've seen on that gun have done a lot of shooting cans and blowing things up, which I get it. It's full auto. That's what you want to do. And I think the cyclic rate is like 1,000 rounds per minute, which is ridiculously fast. I do love the huge magazines. I would grab it and come and show it to you and handle it. But last time we were handling guns on YouTube, they cut us off. So rather than go through that headache and just whatever, I'm going to save that probably for next week. Maybe we'll put the Borescope down that too, just to see how it is. Now the Borescope diameter will do, it's a 0.2. So 22 and up, you'll be able to check your bore with that device. I'll put links up, and I will be doing a full review of that, so stay tuned on that piece of equipment, because I think that's going to be a handy tool for us air gunners that like to know exactly why our gun is or isn't doing what we want it to do. We have chronographs, we have all manner of things to let us know the performance, and we talk about, is the barrel dirty? I mean, well, let's find out. This we can actually get in there and really see it. To me, I think that's awesome. So let's see. So Frank's asking a question here. Your latest video with the Gauntlet 2 next to the Avenger Woodstock, you mentioned there were third-party options for making it quieter. Will you show the comparison of them both silenced? I don't know. There is an adapter for the Avenger that you can buy just on Pyramid Air. It's super affordable. I don't know what it runs, but you know, you could just screw it in, and then it's 1/2 UNF, put whatever you want on it. I'd have to source something. Maybe, I'm probably sure Haji has something that we could use to do the same thing on the Gauntlet. But I'll tell you that there's an 8 dB difference, if I remember correctly, between the one and the other. So one is noticeably quieter, and unless you're looking for like the super whisperous, mouse fartiest quiet, the Gauntlet is actually just fine. I mean, now granted, in my environment where I live, I can shoot whatever I want, doesn't matter. But I still like things to be as quiet as reasonable, and that out of the box does a great job. I think if you're going to shoot in your backyard, you'd want to do a little bit more with the Avenger to make it a little bit quieter. But that part, you can buy it right at Pyramid Air. It's right there on the website. So it's a little Donnie FL adapter, super easy. Let's see. Frank's asking a good question. Do you need a tax stamp for an airgun silencer? No, you don't. I mean, gray area here. I'm not an attorney. Don't take this as legal advice whatsoever. Airguns are not federally regulated. Their accessories are not federally regulated. However, a suppressor deals more so with intent. Well, not more so. A suppressor has to do with intent as well as the device itself. So if you try and take an airgun moderator or suppressor, whatever, and fit it to an airgun, now you have made an illegal device. Again, I'm not an attorney. Check with your state attorney general how they see it. Some states have outlawed moderators and suppressors full stop, and that includes airguns as well. Like I think Jersey has made it where you can check this out. Pyramid Airs go to shipping restrictions. They keep that up to date pretty good. You can find out, you know, what's legal and what isn't, at least up that as far as up to date that is. But as far as needing a stamp to buy one, like a firearm, no, you don't. But it's a gray area. I mean, there's no other way to put it until the BATF or whoever says these are legal to own and buy. We have no problem with them whatsoever. There's always a chance you're going to have to defend yourself, whether or not you're right or wrong. The cost of the defense can be staggering. So take it with a grain of salt. You do be smart. That's all I got to say there. Let's see. Yeah, definitely check your state and local laws that these guys are saying. So check it. Make sure that you're not, you know, setting yourself up to have a real bad time. Let's see. Tonight, we may have a bit of a short night. I have some work I've got to go do. Well, let me tell you what's going on with the Pro Shop. Again, any questions, you guys throw them out here. First thing, that little video I threw up, I think it was Saturday. David, he's got his gun. He got it today. I'm sure he's going to be out shooting as soon as he can. But that little video of that compressor we're testing, I mean, that got a lot of views. I mean, it got a lot of comments. So I'm going back and forth with the manufacturer now to see exactly what kind of pricing we're going to be able to offer on these things. And more importantly, we want to know, do they hold up? Let's talk a little bit about compressors, because this is something that I'm going to switch screens here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. I'm just going to use my website because I don't want to, talk about anybody else's stuff, unless somebody gets, hurt, upset, whatever. I'm going to pull up my high pressure fill systems webpage here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see, what can I do to make that? I don't know if I can make it any. Maybe I can make it the text bigger. Maybe that works. Okay, so when you're looking, and now if I'm on the screen, guys, I can't see the chat, so forgive me. I'll come back to it. David says, love it. Great. That's awesome. And Mr. Hassan, we'll get to you here in a second. On the compressor front, hopefully this will be short. And again, forgive me, I can't see the chat while I'm doing this over here, but I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. So we offer a lot of different compressors: the Air Venturi, Daystate, the Alkin, the DMC USA, which is Davy. You'll see them on eBay or whatever, or not eBay, well, eBay, but also Amazon. Hill, Comtech. I got to take that down. That compressor's gone. That manufacturer's no longer business. Great compressor, man. I wish I had a stockpile of them because they were really good, but unfortunately the business just couldn't keep up with demand, and that happens sometimes. My philosophy with compressors is essentially this: skip the tank. If you're shooting PCPs, just skip the bottle unless you absolutely need to take a bottle out in the woods with you. If you have a personal compressor, either a 12 volt like this JTS is like really, really nice. This little guy here, pull it up. So this little guy here, 12 volt, 110. It's really robust. It's got a nice, it's oil splash lubricated. It's just a neat little compressor. Now, I know people do fill some small bottles. I personally wouldn't, just because it will create wear and tear on the device. And if you just fill your gun, you're going to get a ton of use out of it. The Trail Charger, again, can fill small pony bottles. Some people fill bigger bottles. But, if you run them that hard, you're going to burn them up. Imagine this. This is what I was talking to somebody recently. If you've got a truck, let's say you're towing a camper, and you're on an incline, and you got a heavy camper, your truck is maxed out, what gear do you start in? Do you start in first, or you just throw it in fourth and say to hell with it and try and climb the hill? You burn the thing up if you try and do that. Well, most people are just topping their bottles off, right? So they're really not running it from 0 to 3. They're going from 3,000 to 4,500. That is where you get the absolute most wear on your compressor. So if you're filling a big bottle and you're hammering that thing from 3,000 to 45, look, if you're filling your gun to 43 or 42, that's like this long. But the bottle has so much more volume. You are driving that piece of equipment probably beyond what it's really going to do. Well, it'll do it, but how long it'll do it, you're going to wear it out. The only thing on this page really that's, I could say, stand behind without a shadow of a doubt, that's going to last you years and years and years if you just keep the service up, is the Alkin. And it's $3,300 plus freight, so you're $400 in freight. You're say $4,000 by the time you're done paying tax or more. It's expensive, I get it. But let's say you buy an Air Venturi, and right now they're about what, $1,500? So you use that, maybe it works really, really well for a couple of years, and then you need to maybe rebuild it. Well, if you're not a rebuilding kind of guy, you're looking to buy something else. Well, now you buy another one of those, you could have bought the Alkin. I get it. Not everybody's going to have the $4,000 up front. I mean, it took me forever to buy my first compressor, and I sweated over it. I had a shoebox. It kept needing to be rebuilt continuously, and I said, that's it. I got to be able to make my own air, and I bought one from, I wish I could remember the guy's name, really nice guy, John something or other. It was just a home-built, cobbled together compressor, but it worked. It was $1,800. It was the most money I'd spent on something like that ever. And I bought it, and I just, from that point, I realized there's value in having that convenience, and there's value in buying the right thing first. So I'm going to go back over here to this screen and go back to the questions and say, holy moly, I got a bunch of questions. Okay, I'll get back to these in a minute. But all right, on the compressor side, if you are going to fill bottles, and we're talking 74 cubic foot to the 98 cubic foot, a lot of compressors, you're going to burn them up. You're going to wear them out. And you're going to find yourself just replacing them. Well, you may want to do that. I mean, granted, you can buy a bunch of little young hangs for the price of an Alkin. I get that. But at some point, you know, you may want to not go through that hassle. You may want to fill 3 to 4 or 5 times faster. If you want the performance and the durability, you got to spend the cash. I know it's expensive. I know it's not something everybody's going to buy. I get it. But if you love to shoot, having that reliable air source is key. Now, if you're just filling your guns, that changes things. That's where the that's where the little JTS is great. The trail charger is great. The Ready Air is very good. You rebuild, it's loud as heck, but it is user serviceable. Big deal. And it's super easy. I did the video for the Umerks on how to do it. And then there's other options. The Air Venturi compressor is a great compressor. It's more for, I would really fill pony bottles and maybe 74 cubic foot tanks, realizing that after a period of time, it's going to need to be rebuilt. You're going to wear these things out. These personal compressors will wear, they will wear out. Budget for that. Know that that's going to be something that happens. So I hope that's useful. We're going to be doing some more videos on that side of things because that's such... it's such a critical element in the sport. If you can't fill your gun, you're not shooting. So we want to make that as easy as possible. And I'll do what I can to help you guys really understand why I say get a certain product over another product. It's because I have a ton of experience on what works and what doesn't work. And I want to help you guys make good choices. Let's see. Let's see. So David loves the gun. Awesome, Dave. David... I think we met here on YouTube, Dave. Forgive me. It was either email or YouTube, and we got you hooked up with that little compressor and that my Marauder Field and Target. That's a tack driving machine. I hunted prairie dogs with it. It needs more gas in the tank if you're going to hunt past 35, 40 yards. But man, it's accurate. It's super nice. All right, so we had a question. Okay, Jerry's got a question too. We'll get to that in a minute. So Mr. Hassam is asking the 125-22, what's the best scope? I'll tell you what I like. You can choose whether or not you want to go that route or not. I like the Hawk Vantage IR as an entry-level scope. They start at about $200. The reason I like the Vantage IR is they have a front adjustable objective. That's nothing special. But they have an etched glass milled-out reticle. That is special. So when you're dealing with a gun with a lot of recoil, if you have a wire reticle, it's probably going to break or it's going to rotate and all this other stuff. The glass reticle will be more durable over time. Will it last forever? I don't know. I mean, that gun is really hard, especially if you have the Vortex gas ram. It's really, really hard on scopes. So I like the Vantage IR as a baseline for that gun. It seems to match it, fit it well. You get a 4-16 would be my choice, with a 40 or 50 mil objective, and you're good to go. So that would be my suggestion, and a good set of 2-piece mounts would be good too. In fact, real quick on that, back when I started, everybody had these big, heavy 1-piece mounts. I learned over time that those big, heavy 1-piece mounts can be counterproductive because now you've created more mass for the mount. It has to hold the scope and now itself with that recoil. You actually sometimes can do better with a good set of 2-piece mounts over a 1-piece mount, just for what it's worth. Jerry's asking, would you explain bottle upgrading as do you need to change gauges when changing bottles? Jerry, I'm not sure I understand your question. Can you rephrase it and I'll try and answer that for you? Bottle on a gun, bottle on a, changing gauges on a tank, switching bottle. What kind of bottle are you talking about? And I will be pleased to do the best I can to help you. Daniel's asking a good question, and I'm glad you brought that up, Daniel, because I was going to talk about that tonight. So Daniel got an origin from me, and he's having to re-zero the scope every time he goes out. Daniel, first of all, did you get my email with the suggestions? Just curious, hope you got them. Okay. There's a lot of things that can go into a scope shifting from period of time A to period of time B. Heat is a temperature differences can actually cause the metal to fatigue and change its shape, either in the gun or in the scope itself. I really think you have potentially maybe a loose rail or a loose. I think it's a loose rail, but I may be wrong. I gave you the suggestions. Let me know what you find. I have seen it where you just have to re-zero all the time. It's wonderful when you get a good quality scope, great mount, it mounts right, you're dead on it, and you never have to change it. That's awesome. But I have found, even as if I take a gun, if I sight it in the winter, bring it out in the summer out here in Texas, I'll have to recenter it. I have to re-zero it. Maybe not in the same season, but from one season to the next, I would have to just fine-tune it. But it's not like some massive change for me that I found. It's a little one, maybe half an inch or so here and there. So, and the other thing I was going to say on that is, are you using the magazine? Because one magazine to the other actually can cause variances. It's weird how that stuff works. But try shooting with a single shot tray and see if you get the same result. So there you go. Okay. Let's see. I got people asking questions amongst themselves, which is cool and fine. That's awesome. Oh, just bought a 1377 pistol. If it doesn't have the steel breech, you probably want that, so that you can put a scope. I would at least get the steel breech with the rails and then put a scope on it and call it a day. Yeah, people love the Avenger. Gary's talking about how he loves the Avenger. Gary, yeah, the Avenger is a great gun. I cannot wait till the Gauntlet is out, so people can have something to compare the two and actually get their hands on it. I've been spoiled. I've been supposed to, Umrex, sorry. I have supposed to have been sent that. How do I word that? I was supposed to have sent that back 3 weeks ago. It's still sitting in my shop. Yeah, hopefully I'll get it back to him this week. There's another project I got to do something. Anyway, so it's funny. But the Gauntlet 2, I think when people get it, they're going to really like that gun. I mean, 96 shots on the reg with better consistency than the Avenger. I mean, it gets 96 shots with better consistency than the Avenger got 32. That's impressive. That's just straight up impressive. Okay, you don't have a single tray load. Okay. Daniel, let me go through my spare parts and see what I got. If I've got one, I'll drop it in the mail to you. You can hand load it. I know it's a pain, but you can, if you get your fingers in there. I know that's a pain in the butt. But give that a shot, at least for 10 shots, and see if it gives you a fit. See if there's a variance from one day to the next. Just trying that, see what happens. Element, I haven't tried that scope. Should be pretty cool. Airguns of Idaho. What about the 25 cal? Let's see. Which 25 you're talking about? Let me know, and I'm happy to jump in there. Okay, Jerry got back to me on his question here. Raphael's got a good question. Is something to market that measures FPE by impact using accelerometers? No, but wouldn't that be cool? There probably is. I just don't know of one. Sounds like something for Travis to build. Speaking of Travis, he should be with us next week, so let's get him back here. But all right, so Jerry says bottle on the gun from 48 to 480 to 580 cc's. I don't know that you need to change anything. If the bottle's made for the gun, just use it. I don't know what gun you're talking about. I don't know. A lot of variables there. Let's say I've got a Raptor. Okay, so I have a Raptor. I've got a small bottle for small bore. I got the big bottle for large bore. Both of those bottles have all the gauges and everything built in, so I really don't need to do anything. If I have the gun, a better example may be like an Evanex bottle gun, like an old Windy City or something. It's got a 480cc bottle. If I unscrewed it and put a 580, it wouldn't matter. It would do the same thing. Now, if your gun's different, I don't know. But if you're just switching the bottle and the valving and everything is in the gun, you shouldn't really have to change anything else but just swap the bottle out. But again, check with your gun manufacturer, because I don't really know what your case would be. Let's see. I'll scroll down here. Goodness, okay. Yeah, one thing, the Avenger has a lot smaller. It does have a much smaller. Look, the Avenger, shot count isn't everything. The Avenger has so much going for it. And I'm not going to tell you which one did better. You're going to have to watch the next video. I know I'm being a jerk, but you're going to have to watch that. They both did very, very, very well. We'll just leave it at that. David, do I plan on carrying the G2? Probably. As far as the Pro Shop goes, I have every intention of carrying the G2. I need to... I just placed a major purchase I'll tell you guys about here in a second. Yeah, the FX Impact's a great... it is a great platform. I would love to have one. Okay, so for field target competition, Avenger or Gauntlet, if you're doing... depending on which field target you're shooting, but I believe the Gauntlet is 22 or 25. You may want to look at a 177 Avenger, detune it to optimal, and shoot like the 10.3s, and you probably would be very, very pleased with that performance. 22 on the Gauntlet, on the G2, I don't think you could... the Gauntlet might be shooting too hard, depending on which... I mean, some top out at 20 foot-pounds, so you're going to need to find out your rules and then adapt your gun to it. But out of the box, you can for sure adapt to the Avenger, where the Gauntlet is basically what it is. So that, I would say, for field target, I would lean more towards the Avenger, personally. Dropping the Raptor valve on an Umbrex Gauntlet 25 would be nice. It would be very nice if only someone would do that. Anyway, maybe that's a story for another day. Really, we need Ninja to make more valves. That's what we need. So, not valves, excuse me, their little regulator for the bottles. Let's see. Yeah, so if you're, Zimmy, if you're going to shoot under 20 foot-pounds, I would go with the Avenger. I think you're going to have the ability to tune it. A lot more flexibility there. So let me tell you guys what's going on with the Pro Shop. Okay, I just placed an order, well, a couple weeks ago. Jim, let me answer that question here in a minute, because it's a very good question. At the Pro Shop, we just placed an order with Evanex. It's supposed to ship this week. Oh gosh, that's a great question. Let's see. I just placed an order with Evanex. I've got a bunch of the 50 cal pistols coming. I got some other stuff too, but really the majority of what I ordered was the Rex P50. So we should have those in stock next week. I have probably about 40 of them, I think. I also got some rifles, because we started selling some rifles there. And then I got a bunch of carbon fiber bottles. So we've got a bunch of stuff coming in. Should be next week. Should shoot this week. I'm air freighting it over. It's costing a small fortune. But we should have product available next week, which I'm excited to get back up on the website. Because I know we get a lot of people wanting the Rex pistols, and they're just wanting all those products. So we should have those. And if things go well, I should be in a position at this point to just keep that inventory on hand. If I get low, I can go ahead and place an order and get them coming. So I think we're going to be in good shape that way. let's see. Jim's asking a question, which is a good one. Are airguns legal for felons? Generally, yes, you can. It does depend on your state, unfortunately. So I would check with your state attorney, your state's attorney, state's attorney general, and just call them and ask them. Just say, look, I had some indiscretions. I want to shoot. I know I can't own a firearm. Is there any problem with me shooting air guns? And then find out. Or if you have an attorney, ask your attorney to find out for you. But I've found if you just go and ask the question straight up, you'll get a straight answer. And I hate that it might not be what you want to hear, but at least you'll know and you won't find yourself in hot water again. So I would just call the state attorney general and find out. But most states, you should be okay. You should be able. Some states regulate whether or not you can hunt or not if you're a felon. So, I don't know what they all are. I just know of a couple. But you want to just know up front. Don't assume anything that way, because you find yourself on the short end of that stick, and it's going to be, not a pleasant thing. So just so Dom. Good call on the Air Venturi Avenger. The 22 Avenger is a great gun. I personally like the 25 because I like a little extra juice, and I'm looking forward to shooting some slugs. Now, FX sent me some slugs. I could have brought those out today. I forgot, but they sent me some slugs. They sent me 22 cal slugs and 30 cal slugs, and if not the end of this week, next week I'm planning to do a bunch of video work and actually shoot these slugs in a bunch of different guns. So I'm pretty excited about that, to see how those work. And they also sent me, which I think I'm going to try with the hot sun back there, they sent me their chronograph, which I've been super stoked to try it because it's Doppler. So thank you, FX. And now we just need a 30 cal something to put all of those slugs in. John, anytime, right here. We'll see. I know they're short inventory. I keep picking on it. All right, so Benjamin asked a question about the Benjamin Competition 1380. I have not, but it is on my short list. Okay, Daniel, I don't know the code you're putting in there, but there you go. That's fine. I'm going to email my contact at Beeman Marksman and see if they'll send me one for review, because that looks like a really neat gun for just precision shooting. My email, I'll just drop it in here if you guys want to email me. It's easy. Make sure I spell it right. There you go. So if you want to email me, it's editor@airgunweb.com. Super easy. We're sitting at 9 after 7. Hey there, Noah. Love your comment. Unfortunately, the system's set to block out certain language. But hey, I'm with you. If you want to throw that up there again with and tone it down just a teeny bit, I'm sure other people would love to see it. Noah got a 50 cal Rex, and it is freaking awesome, as he puts it. It's an awesome product. That's, I think, one of Evan X's just home runs. They should just keep making it and just stop all the semi-auto stuff, although the semi-auto stuff is very fun too. But that Rex is just a sweet gun. I have a secret. I've ever put an optimizer, I don't even know what that is. So probably not. I believe in the next year or so that you're going to see an update to the Rex that people have really been wanting. And as soon as I can say officially what that is, I'll be sure to bring it out here because it will be awesome. Yeah. There you go, Noah. Thanks, man. I'm glad it's working out. That gun shoots really good. Those are just great guns. James, as far as repair work goes, there are probably a bunch of mom and pop shops around that do it. Viridian Air, Brian, I forgot the guy's last name, and you may have to look it up, and I don't have his website handy. I know he does a bunch of custom work and probably can do repairs. It won't be like cheap, but because that's what he does for a living. But I don't know. I don't know. Jimmy, you're talking about like an optimized scope, something that's got the automatic adjustments for elevation and all that kind of stuff. Is that what you're talking about? That's a different question. We'll come back to it in a second. No, James, I wish I had more information for you. I don't. I'm sorry, bro. I don't. Mr. Brake Barrel, we are having a discussion about everything from compressors to suppressors to Rex guns to that hot sign back there. We checked out a new Borescope that I'm going to be... hold on, I'll show you. Right here. Right there, this new... Come on, switch. There you go. New digital Borescope so we can see inside our guns. We're going to be playing with that here over the next couple weeks. It's going to be awesome. Anyway. All right, so Jimmy, as far as an optimizer that has predetermined marks and drops, no, I haven't really. I have had scopes that have obviously marks on them and made figured out what goes where, and use that. But that's what I do with mil dots anyway. So anything that has range, dots, hashes, whatever. Hawk, I love the Hawk. What is their reticle? Oh gosh, they're gonna shoot me now. AMX, thank you. They have their AMX reticle, which has a bunch of nice aim points on it. I use that, but that's about as optimizers as I've done on my PCP. So Benjamin's asking about the Hotson back there. That is the Hotson Blitz in 22 caliber. I am going to be doing some fun with that. I bought it. I bought that out of my own pocket so that I can take a look at it. I've seen some reviews, and they seem to have left some gaps that I want to try and fill for my own personal understanding, and obviously I'll be sharing that with you guys too. At first looks, the gun looks pretty cool. There's some things about it that anyway, they are what they are. I'm not gonna. I'll save it for the review. You guys can watch it. We'll see how it does, and I just hope it shoots well and it's accurate. I really want to see the accuracy on paper with one of these. I don't care so much about the full auto accuracy, but I do want to see the semi-auto accuracy and see how it really does, like at 50 and 75 yards. So. Looking forward to that. Let's see. I'm going to just grab a glass of water real quick. So guys, please forgive me. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, by the way, we had some fun the other day. I don't know if you guys saw the I don't know if you guys saw the video of me shooting the rattlesnake in my daughter's chicken coop. But she was cleaning the dog kennel out, the big 30 by 10 dog kennel, and she gets in there and she's moving something. All of a sudden, rattlesnake. It was fortunately not in the kennel, but it was just outside the kennel, tucked up against the building. Big old fat old rattlesnake. And so let me get over there. That little guy right there, my Sidewinder pistol absolutely blew it to shreds. It was quite fun. Yeah, made rattlesnake putty out of it. It was pretty awesome. Okay. Let's see. And NYS, I'm guessing New York State, air guns may be used to hunt squirrels, rabbits, hares, all that kind of stuff. You cannot use to hunt waterfowl, pheasant, wild turkey, big game. I heard that they were trying to get that fixed, Gary. I knew that it was sort of in limbo, so hopefully they'll get that opened up for you guys to be able to hunt, or those people in New York can hunt. That would be pretty cool. I know here in Texas there was a little bit of a bump in the road, but they got it done, and there's a power limit we have here. As long as you're pushing so many foot-pounds, go have fun. So excited for that, and I love hunting with air guns. Okay. Yeah, probably predators you can take, like coyotes and stuff. They probably want you to get rid of those anyway. You can't. Let's see. We are at 7:16, guys. Do you have any questions that we haven't covered or you want to talk about? I got a little bit of news. I don't know. Actually, I will not be here. There's a date I'm going to be gone. And I got the opportunity to go hunt with Gammo in South Florida. We're going to go shoot some iguanas. So I've been like jazzed about doing that again. I got to go with Hatsan many years ago. That was so much fun. And this time I get to go with Gammo. We're going to be crushing them down there in Fort Lauderdale. So I'll be gone the 24th. Is it the 24th? Yeah. I won't be here the 24th. So no show on the 24th. Unless I maybe do one live down there. That might be cool. Maybe I'll do that. Think about that. Be later. Be like 8:30? No. Yeah, 8:30. I don't know. We'll see. I might do a show from there. I'll have gear, so I can probably do a show from there. That might be pretty cool. Maybe you know what? Sorry, thinking, I know that's off topic. Forgive me. No, I think I'm going to try and do a live show. Let's see how that works out. If that works, that'd be stinking cool. I'll have Lawrence from Gammo, Tony from Gammo, Larry, which is a writer, will be down there having a good time. So if that works, that'll be awesome. Yeah, we're going to crush them. I can't wait. We're going to be shooting like the Gammo Bone Collector, Gammo Magnum. These guns are just like tailor-made for this type of hunting. When I went hunting with Hatsan, we had the PCPs with us, and they're super accurate. They're great, but they run out of air so daggum fast. That's where like the difference between like the Gauntlet 2 versus the Avenger. If you were hunting iguanas and you didn't want to have to be hunting air all the time, God, the Gauntlet 2 would be beautiful. We're talking 96 shots on the reg with confidence. Oh, that's so much better than 12 or 15. Anyway, but a brake barrel, especially their multi-shot brake barrel, is going to be probably going to be just awesome. That's I mean, the 10-shot magazine, clack, clack, bang, and then cock it and go again. I cannot wait. There were so many iguanas in Puerto Rico when I went. It was like the trees just moved. They were constantly moving. There were just hundreds of them, just everywhere. It was awesome. So I look forward to that. Benjamin, which let's see. Okay, since I have you, I've been looking for a quiet, precise air rifle backyard shooting. Any recommendations? I mean, gosh, if you're shooting inside 30 yards, you just have so many options. I would take a hard look at the Avenger, and if you need it quiet, then I would look at the Avenger with the Donnie FL adapter and a moderator. The gun's going to run you, if you get the wood stock version, it's $430. It's probably $70 for the adapter. You're at $500. You can get a cheap compressor for, let's say, $400, give or take. You're under your grand. You still need a scope. So depending on what you want to do for glass, you could do it for $1,000. It won't be a great scope, won't be a great compressor, but you're gonna have a great gun. And that's you can always add a better scope later. So go for the most gun you can get. Yeah, affordable air guns. I forgot exactly where I was. Forgive me, I don't know the geography. And it was like a whirlwind. We showed up hot. Oh my God, was it hot? I don't know when we were there, but it was hot. It doesn't get cool there. And I grew up in South Florida. I mean, in Central Florida, excuse me. I understand hot. I get it. But that was hot. It was just hot and sticky. And I was not a happy guy. It was very uncomfortable. But, of course, I was fatter then. So maybe that had something to do with it. Benjamin, look, if you want something like turnkey out of the box, just shoot it and use it and you're good to go. That's what we do at Airgun Pro Shop. So you can always email me, go to my website, airgunproshop.com, and I'm happy to help put together a package and set it up for you and get it to you. It'll be over $1,000 if I do the work, just because I got to charge for my time. But I can certainly help you piece the right pieces together if you want to do the build yourself. So anyway, that Hatsan is probably not regulated. Semi-automatic is, or in that case, full automatic is very difficult, if not nearly impossible to regulate, because the plenum has to recharge, and if you're trying to rip the pellets out so quickly, it doesn't have time, and you have variances. So no, it's not regulated. You don't want to regulate a semi-automatic gun with, or a fully auto with that cyclic rate. It's going to be tough. And that's 1,000 rounds per minute. You guys seen it online? You're done. So very, very fast. Yes, I see Mr. JSB has shown up, which is awesome. Right when we're wrapping up. Hi, Joe. Good to have you here, man. Hey, you know, it's 6:30 our time when we have the show, right? And you know who's a no-show tonight? Angie. Where's Angie? I didn't email her. I didn't tell her. Maybe it's my fault. So anyway, yeah, we miss Angie. Oh, let me turn this around a little. There you go. How's that? Yeah, I don't. So I don't know who we're sponsored by. I got like a JSB hoodie coming, so I wear that, my Gambo Cup, Humorex hat. Anyway, but I'll pretty soon it'll be like a one of the sports car drivers with a coat with all the stickers on it. Anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. If you guys have any questions, shoot them out there. I mean, I'll try it. We got a couple minutes here, so I officially need to go do something else. But happy to answer any questions you guys might have that I can't answer, honestly. And you can always email me. Forgive me, I had dinner right before coming over. I apologize. I'm an absolute mess tonight, so please forgive me. Yeah, but I am me. This is me. I don't try and be pretty because it's impossible. You already have a Predator JSB hoodie. Wear it. Yes, and if it wasn't 100 degrees here, I probably would. When it cools off, Joe, I'll be sure to wear it. I know exactly where it is. You might have sent me some hats too. So, I guess that's going to be it, guys. So we need PC pistol revolvers. Well, you know, let me address that. We need PCP pistol revolvers. Are you talking about like little shells with the pressurized air in them? Or are you just talking about a small repeater PCP pistol? Because it's two different things. Let's take a stab first at the little cartridge guns. You can build them. They will have no power. You don't have the volume or pressure to make anything happen. So that is just a non-starter off the rip. And let me just, from an engineering perspective, let me throw this out there. There have been many, many cartridge guns made. The Modoc was one. Oh, come on. Dave and the other guy. Forgive me, guys. You were at my house. We had dinner together. We met. Mac 35, there it is. And Novatech. They had a cartridge gun. One of the most technically complex part on an air rifle is the valve. If the valve's not right, you have no consistency. Well, it's hard enough to make a valve in a gun to work well. When you have cartridge guns that each cartridge is the charge, every cartridge is a valve. So if you have any variation, it's nearly impossible to get consistency unless you do a run of 10,000 on machinery that is extremely precise. So it's very, very technically difficult. It's a reason it hasn't been done. Air has physical limitations that cannot allow for that to be practical, and that's why people haven't done it. Now, could somebody do a gun, a semi-automatic? Let's take the Ottoman Pistol. It's one of the nicest form factors of a pistol, and I haven't done anything with that for a long time. I need to pull that out. But it's like a 45, but it's got like a little tank on it. It's a regulated tank. It gets, I don't know, 21 shots. Could they do something with that, making it semi-auto? I would imagine they probably could. And that does 20-some foot-pounds. That would be usable, but that's still not a lot of power. So I don't know what you're looking for in a PCP cartridge, but remember that every cartridge is the valve. It would be hellaciously expensive, yes. So and you know, unless people were willing to spend $10,000 to $15,000 per gun, which there are some people that'll spend it. They spend more than that on shotguns every day. So they're $30,000 shotguns. People buy them all the time. But I think the airgunner market just isn't there for that product. There will be another way at some point in time to do something beyond CO2 power that gives you that sort of semi-automatic or revolver function. But it's the size of the cartridge. It's got to be huge if you want any power because you need the volume. That was the problem with the Mac 35. The cartridge was pretty decent and fairly reliable, but the volume was too small, so you had to crank the pressure up to ridiculous, impossible pressure for people to make, 6,000 psi, to get any juice out of it. The Modoc on the other side was too big, and the gun was horribly unwieldy. So, mix the two together and you might have something, but still you got the manufacturing issue of the valve. Every cartridge is a valve, and that is very difficult to do. Let's see. Joe, have you shot anything yet with that SWA I sent you? I mean, you got to have some footage, man. Some ATN footage, shooting something, blowing something up, man. You gotta get me something where we can show people how much fun you're having with that gun. So do something soon, would you? I'm killing rattlesnakes. At the very least, take a long weekend, come out here, and we'll go coyote hunting and kill some rattlesnakes or something like that. We'll have some fun. Let's see. So they've got, AEA's got a pistol. It's one of those things that maybe I'll get a chance to play with them. But anyway, now we're sort of at the end of the hour. Guys, as always, absolute pleasure to hang out with you guys and talk air guns and shoot the crap with you guys. Pardon the pun. And so thank you guys for coming up here and hanging out. Let's see. Dom 357 bolts. Air Venturi had some. They didn't fly good. So I don't know that those did real well. Pigeon, good. I'm looking forward to seeing some stuff. I am, by the way, Joe, we are sold out of SWA. We're all sold out. I've got a shipment that left today. I should have it. And part of that shipment's already sold. So if you guys have been looking for like an awesome, unbelievably cool utility air gun that has a crap ton of power in a teeny little package, check out the SWA. It's freaking awesome. All right, Joe, give me a call. I'm going to be running to town tomorrow, Joe, so just give me a call on the cell phone, and I should be able to chat while I'm on the road. Guys, that's it. I'm out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, and catch me next week. Should have Travis up next week, and I don't know if we'll be here or down in the range studio or not, but either way, we'll come up here and hang out with you guys. So thank you so much for watching.